Hey everybody! We are interrupting today's normal programming to talk about this video's sponsor. FancyAI.com is an AI-powered online image and video editing tool designed for e-commerce owners, designers, and content creators. For less than $50 a year, you gain access to a powerful AI tool that allows you to harness your creativity in new and interesting ways. With resolution enhancement and AI background removal and replacement, the decision to use FancyAI.com is an easy one. Guys, I do video and image editing every single day, and I can tell you that it can be a long and complicated process. Harnessing the power of AI, though, can make the process of creating your content faster, easier, and much more effective. Fancy AI offers the best performance at the most competitive price. You can check them out by following the link in the description or in the pinned comment down below. I want to thank you all for watching today's video and also just say that supporting our sponsor supports the pack, the Action Pack.
Hey y'all, Tommy Boy here with Mike's After Action Reviews. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? This is the rapid action review of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Starting off with the production, this was a first-person, single-player action-adventure released December 8th, 2024. It was developed by Machine Games and published by Bethesda Softworks, most notably known for Fallout, Doom, and the Elder Scrolls games, which makes the baseline perfect for this game. In the story, which I pulled from Steam, set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, the year is 1937, and you live the adventure as Indy in a thrilling story full of exploration, immersive action, and intriguing puzzles. As the brilliant archaeologist, famed for his keen intellect, cunning resourcefulness, and trademark humor, you will travel the world in a race against enemy forces to discover the secrets to one of the greatest mysteries of all time. Starting off with number one of my sustains, playing as Indy in a new storyline across the world. So you're not just in one map. Like, you get to travel to multiple locations in the world, and it is just adds just so much more excitement to it. But to be Indy in a new storyline, not just a movie, like a typical new movie, it's pretty exciting. But to be Indy in a game, a story-filled game, just really brings this experience to a whole new level. Number two, I got Simple Mechanics. This game was mainly designed for a game controller, so that's like the first thing you find out whenever you start the game up. It's like, hey, you might want to plug a game controller in. And it's right. Like, you put a game controller in, and the mechanics are just a lot more simple. You get to just sit back and play with the game. And then when it comes to fighting bosses, okay, this is where, if Mike might publish some of my boss fight scenes, I get beat so bad over and over and over because I'm not the best at fighting. Along with blocking, you can go ahead and counter block. So like, you hit it and then you can counter strike. That's when I started winning, of course. But still, ultimately, awesome. Mechanics were simple, easy to handle, wasn't down here on the keyboard and everything. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Number three, stealth versus going in hot. In this game, if you go in hot, all these Nazis are going to be destroying you. Like, they'll hear you and they will all come and attack you. So this game, 99% of the time, you're gonna go in stealth. So thus, you're gonna be looking at everything around you to beat the crap out of all these Nazis with, which is super fun. There's shovels, there's sledgehammers, there's hammers, there's freaking fly swatter. I knocked a guy out with a fly swatter. Hilarious. Which actually ultimately was an award too. So with Steam, you get little awards and everything. I got one for hitting the guy with his fly swatter. Super fun. So yeah, that brings a whole different level to this game with stealth versus going in hot. Like I'm typically a go in guns blazing kind of guy, but this game you need to go in stealth. That's the best way to go. Number 4, hardness options. So this kind of typical light, moderate, hard, very hard. I went with the moderate, and then it goes into a little bit further to kind of a light moderate to a kind of a manageable thing. So that kind of, for this game, it's very story heavy driven. So that's what I want out of this game, is the story. I don't want to deal with all the fighting. As I talked about, I'm not the best fighter, so I want the story. I want the full feel of the story, and that's what I went with. But I went with the moderate. So like the basic things, basic settings, and it was super enjoyable. I usually go with a light because, like I said, I prefer the story driven. But the moderate was just fine. It was perfect for the feel of it, and you still get the excitement of the fighting scenes and action and coming in stealthy and trying to get away with things. But also went into another setting, which if you watch like the first 4.5 hours I played this game, I had a high contrast mode. So you can have it off, highlights, or no, outlines, or like the whole object is just kind of a mask. I didn't realize I did that. I thought it was just, brighten everything up, kind of high contrast mode. But no, it's to identify objects that you can actually interact with. So once I figured that out, I just switched it to the outline, because I originally had it as like the whole thing lit up. And you can also pick which objects are going to light up different colors. Like, so even my NPCs that I associate with and the bad guys all highlighted in different colors. So it looked funky the first 4.5 hours, but it didn't take away from the game, the storyline of the game. So I really enjoyed it until I figured out how to fix it, which made it so much better. Yeah, it's high contrast mode. Look into it. Number 5, which is actually my ultimate thing, is the cutscenes. The cutscenes really, really added to the storyline and the movie feel to this game, and I just loved it so much, and added so much in depth to everything and the characters, and just I really enjoyed the cutscenes. And also kind of give you a break. Like, okay, to add to it, the cutscenes are rather long, but that's like I'm saying, this is a very story-driven game, so the cutscenes are rather long, but really are worth it and really help you enjoy the feel of this game, the adventure of this game. And but yeah, the cutscenes was my ultimate favorite, number 5 for my sustains. Improves. Lo and behold, I've been thinking, and I could not come up with any. I loved this game. Like the only thing I had issues with, like I said at the beginning, was the high contrast mode, but once I figured it out, I really enjoyed just the items I needed to interact with outlined. And like I said, it specifies what things you actually want highlighted or outlined. So like you can have it off and just really randomly go throughout the game, not knowing really what you can interact with. I kind of liked it a little bit in the easier side, so I can get through things a little bit quicker. But yeah, so I really have no improves. None. Loved the game. Now to my final statement and review score. Wow, this game was so phenomenal. The storyline, gameplay, the overall experience was just superb. They truly nailed it with this game. To experience being the character Indy through a game and not just movies gave me a whole new level of excitement. I just truly loved it, truly loved the adventure, and not being just stuck in one map or so. Like, you get to travel the world to different maps, and you get to do so many different things. You get to drive a boat, you get to fly a plane and shoot down the back of the plane. Like, it is a very enjoyable game. Which leads me to my overall rating. I rate this game on our 5-tiered scale, so excellent, above average, average, below average, and bad. I rate this game as excellent. This game was so on top of everything. Absolutely loved it. And really, I've always truly loved Bethesda games, so that just really helps with this game. And they really, really nailed it with it. And I really, really loved it. But yeah, that's all I got for you. And thanks for having me. God bless you. Have a good night.
Don't forget to check me out on Twitch and join the Discord where you can voice chat with me while I live stream, and you won't be recorded or anything on YouTube and Twitch, so that's pretty cool. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you like to read, you can see my after-action reports on my blog. And if you are interested, you can get some merch from my spring store. The links for everything are in the description below.